Good morning. Holy smokes. It got very, very, very warm last night, which is awesome. At one point before I went to bed, it was 18 degrees above zero. And as I get in the truck this morning to head to work, it's 15 degrees. Calm skies, beautiful, beautiful weather. I love it. It stays nice today. I'm going to pop the kilt back out. God, that was a ton of fun. The live went off without a hitch. It was perfect. I'm going to go live again in 2 weeks. So today is, what, the 27th? That'll put me somewhere around the second week of December. But yeah, it was a blast. I had a great time. It's a lot tougher than a lot of folks that go live all the time make it look. They make it look easy. And I was like, oh my gosh. It was great answering questions, and it was fun getting one-on-one chatting back and forth with somebody that views the channel on a regular basis, and I think that's what I appreciated the most. Some great questions too, fantastic questions. I'm going to go back and watch it myself, probably tomorrow, either tonight or tomorrow. Maybe I'll go tomorrow, and then that way I can have a better idea of what I did right and what I did wrong. But I'm not somebody who can broadcast live on a regular basis, especially during the good months, because I'm usually too busy working on stuff, but it was fun to do, and I hope to do it again soon. Good morning, ladies. How are you? Any eggs for me? Kicks? I'm getting beautifully sized eggs right now, but unfortunately, they're freezing before I can get to them, so. So part of doing the whole off-grid thing for me is, not having any electricity, running my refrigeration off of propane. But there comes a point in the winter, where that no longer works because it gets so cold out that the process used for a propane refrigerator to work can no longer continue. Now, it's not a big deal for the freeze. My frozen stuff I've got here in this ice chest down below. But the refrigerator has a major issue trying to keep everything cold. Right now it's running right around 51, 52 degrees, which is way too warm to keep perishable food. So what I do is I freeze 2 of these, and I just took some of the water out of there because whenever water freezes it expands. I'll freeze 2 of these, As soon as those are frozen solid, I'll take them and put them in the refrigerator inside on the top shelf. And because heat rises and cold drops, I'll put everything on the lower shelves below the top shelf. And what that will do is make sure that it stays a constant temperature there. I'll show you when I'm done. I'm going to take these ones inside. I don't want to waste the water because it's good drinking water, so I'll use it for coffee for the next day or two. And I'll probably put those in the trailer tonight. It's 2 degrees below zero right now, so they should freeze pretty quick. So another issue that I keep running into, I know it's kind of dark in here, it's because I don't really have lights for this. Besides the eggs freezing before I can get to them, is the chicken's water freezes every day, and it freezes pretty solid. So I grab the water jug, bring it in here, take a look at it. If it looks pretty good, I'll go ahead and probably just top it off and put it back out there, but at least every other day I will change it no matter what. And one of the cool things is I've been taking the ice wedges, the ice rounds when they're done, and I'm stacking them all up outside in between the trailer or in between where I park the truck and the campfire area. It looks pretty neat. I'm kind of curious to see how it continues to progress during the winter. So every other day they'll get completely fresh water, and then on the odd days, or if the water looks like it's not really that good, if it's got a bunch of crap in it like straw and stuff in there, I'll go ahead and I'll just give them fresh water that day as well. So it's 55 degrees in here right now, which means most of the stuff that I got in here, well, I don't really have that much lunch meat or anything in here, so I'll toss all of that, though. I've got some fried chicken I'll toss. I've got some cheese. I'm good with that. I think I'm going to take this milk out. I don't drink milk, generally speaking. I just use it for baking and stuff like that, so I'll probably get rid of that. But this will give you an idea. So we're just probably around 53, 54 degrees Fahrenheit on that right now. And I will lower this shelf right here down to that notch there, and then I could fit those jugs right across the top there. The nice thing is that my refrigerator is all defrosted back there now. My freezer, though, is not frozen at all. Okay, so I lowered the shelf and I put 2 of these in here. They're frozen solid. They're actually freezing pretty quick. And my temperature now is, where's it at? About 45 degrees and still dropping. So I don't want to leave this open for too long. Come on. A bottle of propane lasts me, with the refrigerator running, probably, I want to say a month and a half. With the refrigerator not running now, so it went out and I'm leaving it out. It'll last probably 2 months, 2.5 months. I want to do something for dinner tonight that I'll be able to eat for the next couple of days. And I've got this pound of ground beef. Hopefully we're going to be okay here. That's good. This was when my freezer went out and I put everything outside. That's good. We'll fix a traditional Irish meal here. When I say it's a traditional Irish dish, I'll use the other one. It was in my household growing up. We get this every once in a while, and it's just an easy comfort food to make. Shepherd's pie. It can be cooked, then baked, and served all in this cast iron skillet. So I don't have nor do I have the desire to make scratch mashed potatoes. I always have a bunch of these. Those are loaded bake up in the cupboard. Well, that one sounds good. So we're just going to use these instant mashed potatoes. When this is done browning and cooked all the way up, all the way through, I'm going to just take it and pop it in the oven. And then I'm going to mix these up. I'm going to pull that back out of the oven. I'm going to layer these all the way across the top, and I'm going to mix in some Parmesan cheese. And then put it back in the oven and let it bake for about 15-20 minutes. I mean, basically everything will be done by then. But I am going to throw some added ingredients in there as well. Let's see what I got here. I think I probably have some kind of a veggie up here that will go good. I hope I have. Oh, you know what? We'll just use this. Strain some peas and carrots and put those in there. Also, I never leave my pilot light on my oven because I'm usually cooking on the top and not on the bottom. So we'll go ahead and we'll get the pilot light lit. Start to warm the oven up. There we go. Turn it to warm. Leave that in there. I usually only use the oven in the winter, mainly because it helps heat the inside of the trailer. Right. There it is. Let that drain the rest of the way out. I don't need to put any more moisture in here than it's already going to have. If you don't have like peas and carrots or fresh veggies or anything that you can throw into here, another option is always to throw in the whole kernel sweet corn right out of the can or out of the freezer if you keep it in the freezer. So it said it was 80-20 hamburger, which means I should have a lot more fat in there than this. But I'll take what I can get. I don't really have to drain this. This is a handy attachment. Pop that in there to stay warm. Right, we're at a boil. Okay, now we put it all together. So one of the tricks is after you mix this together, just let it set for a couple of minutes. Right, I mixed it with a spatula. I don't know what's beeping. Oh, batteries are charged up. And then I just take a fork and fluff it up with a fork. And you get some air in there. And you get a nice fluffy mashed potato when you're done. If it's a little thick, you can add whatever you want to it, whatever you would normally add to your mashed potatoes. So, you know, if you got heavy cream and you want to add that to it, that's fine. If you got milk, you want to add that to it, that's fine. Sour cream, whatever you like to add. Okay, and then I'm going to turn the oven up to about 325-ish. And we'll grab our cast iron out. A little quick mix up again. And like I said, I don't have any shredded cheddar or anything like that right now. And a little bit of cheddar cheese I have left, I want to save for cheese and crackers. So I'll hit this with a little bit of Parmesan cheese right on top of the meat. Mashed potatoes right on top. And this should be kind of tasty with the cheesy mashed potatoes. Basically all I'm out to do here is make sure that I seal everything all the way around. And one package works pretty darn good for this. And we'll do a little bit more Parmesan cheese on top. Back in the oven, and I'm going to just let this cook for, let's say, about 15-20 minutes at the most. All right, let's see what we look like here. Where did I put, there it is. And where did I put, there it is. So there's one more step that I have to take that you probably don't have to. All right, cheese is all melted, and that is to put it on the bottom under the flame to get my broil to get that color on the top of it. We'll let you see what that looks like in a minute. Oh yeah, that's nice. That is nice. Here, let me show you. All right, turn this off. Let's get a plate. And I like to top my potato part up with a little pat of butter. I love butter with my mashed potatoes. Hot. I'd love to know what your take is on shepherd pie if you guys do it at home. And if you don't, give this a try because you're going to really enjoy it. The package of ground beef that I used was about 1.5 pounds to get the basic cast iron skillet in, and 1 package of the mashed potatoes to cover the top over it. You could put more if you want more fluff on top of it, but I just love it. It's one of my favorite go-to comfort foods. These extension cords, the blue ones, are designed for cold weather. So if you are anywhere where you're going to need possible extension power in extremely cold weather, you're going to want the blue extension cords. These are the ones I had hooked up, one to the battery charger and one to the block heater on the truck last weekend. I'm going to take them and throw them in the truck so I've always got them with me. One of those fuel tanks will probably last me about 14, 16 hours. I know that I only put 4 gallons in each of those 5-gallon gas cans when I fill them up, and I do that mainly because I don't want them, I don't want them spilling over while in the back of the truck. Basically, I have to fill those up every 2 weeks, week and a half, 2.5 weeks, right in that period there. So 8 gallons of fuel is all it really costs me for electricity. So maybe 16 gallons of fuel a month. So I guess you can do the math on that. If you're in California, that's 5 times 16, and if you're in Alaska, it's 350 times, or 360 times 15. So I don't run the generator all that much, and you might wonder why I've been pull starting it lately. It's because I let that battery get too low, and I'm pretty sure that that battery's toast now. I wasn't happy with it when I bought it anyway. I really need to get a gel battery for that. But that's the reason why you see me coming out here and pull starting it. Not only that, but this time of the year, by pull starting it, I can do a couple of soft pulls to begin with to get everything moving around in there before I actually do the hard pull to get it to start up. Get a little bit of oil running. I do run synthetic in that as well. Synthetic's a lot easier on the engines, especially in these cold weathers or cold temperatures up here. Another thing I'll show you, let me make sure the camera's on it, is this beautiful hanging icicle curtain. I'm 5'10", so that's at least 5 feet from there. It goes almost all the way to the ground right here. And this occurs because as the heater's running inside, it's melting the snow on the roof, and it's running off, and as it runs off, it runs down to here. What I'll have to do every once in a while is come through and knock. This is the window I usually open, so I make sure I don't have any ice built up here. And by the window, meaning the window I usually open, I'm talking about when I get warm and I want some fresh air in there. And the temperatures are not below 0. This one is going to ice over, it really doesn't matter, but it's pretty awesome. Last year, I had a mound of snow probably about this high and just massive icicles going down, and then the whole bottom underneath here was encased in ice too. It was pretty darn cool. Anyway, I'm going to go get the living room set up for the live streaming and make sure I got my laptop and everything ready to go. One there. Right, nope. We do one over here. And we do one right here. Nice. Very nice. The days are so short this time of year that by the time I get home from work, there's very little I can actually accomplish outside. I mean, sure, I can work in the dark and I can work in the cold, but I look forward to a nice warm meal as I run a few chores, the few chores that I can get done in the daylight. Winter's got its own special beauty up here, and the long, long nights really, really bring it out. Although the week started off with warmer temperatures, we dipped back into the below zero temperatures once again. And as of the making of this video, we were at 15 below zero, but it won't last. Sunday and Monday looks like we've got snow coming in and temperatures back above the zero range. What a beautiful, beautiful week it was. I think I need to get out and do a little bit of exploring on Sunday. Thanks for watching. I'm Sean in Alaska.